Hey fellas, look what I found here. Now this is an old placer diggings. There's lots of them all over the hills. And right here you can see where them boys was digging down into that old gravel bed. But there's a lot more on the other side of that tree. It drops down in there. Now you can see down in there where they were digging into that placer. See down in there the way that has been cut in there, and then back up over in there just beyond those trees here. And there's even more than that. They hit it pretty hard. What's interesting to me, so right here is an old camp shed. It had a pantry, as if you look over here, there's a pantry right there, and they got some old gear. That looks like a muffler of some kind, and right there next to it is some kind of a, I don't know what, it's spring loaded. Any of y'all know what that is right there, just give us a post, educate us. And over here there's this old, looks like it's set on top of a stove. Now what's interesting is these doors here, that's metal. I mean that's all metal right there. And it looks like the stove pipe ran right through it, so this more than likely sat on top of a wood stove. So this has been tarred. Got that old tin. I'm thinking this is from the 30s, you know, is what I'm thinking. There's some Co-op oil can. And yeah, I'd say she's from the 30s or the early 50s. Hard to know for sure. And they spent some time here because they got a screen there. So they were sleeping in here, I'm thinking. Then right here next to it, they did a little exploratory. And then from there is a larger one that it showed you right from the start. If you see behind me there's an old placer diggings. This creek's got a few of them in different spots, but I've been here before, a little further up and a little further down. I'm just going to do some sampling. The creek's really down, and it's a little sad because I've seen it years ago, much better flow than what we've got now. I had originally intended to bring a sluice box after doing some sampling if anything turned up any color, but the way the water flow is right now, I don't think a guy's going to be able to use a sluice, especially the one I've got. It's one of those hydraulic gold traps, and I don't believe it's gonna have enough water here for that. So a guy's pretty much gonna have to pan. I'll probably bring a Garnet or a Mine Lab, something like that, and go through it that way if it does produce. But we're gonna sample today in different areas, and we'll see if we can pull up any color. It's a beautiful day, guys. I mean, wow, it's great. I came in here on a mountain bike in a different way, and it worked out pretty good. Old abandoned logging road, a little dicey here and there, but it was definitely doable. I'm really stoked. I like this kind of stuff. I mean, you probably do too, otherwise you wouldn't be watching it. But anyway, so we'll definitely turn the camera back on when I get to the creek over here and start to pan, so we'll see what kind of color we can pull up. We'll see you in a bit. So I got my collapsible buckets. You all been on this channel before, you know about these deals. I love them. I'll tell you what, still put them in the pack. They're great. So I'm gonna clear these leaves out. Oops. Don't you got a collapsible army shovel, Ames 1969, Vietnam War. That's what this is from. Really nice. Yeah, I picked one of these up over the winter. This is an S-wing mason's hammer, but you can see it's the longer version. Gives you a little more leverage. You could also use it for like a pickaxe, and then if you need to choke up on it, I put a rubber handle here so you can choke up on it, and then it's more like a standard length. But this gives you some nice leverage for digging and for, you know, prying slate and stuff like that open. And fellas, made in USA. Well, we got two full. Gonna bring them out of here, take her on over to the creek and see if we get any color out of this. I did see some gravels, and who knows, right? Anyway, see you in a bit. Well, I got my 2 buckets and an old artifact there, old pipe of some kind that I'm going to use as a place to sit down. Put that one there, this one here. Yeah, this will work. What do you think, fellas? Is that comfy cozy or what? Now, I did a video here on Dakota Prospecting on how to make this classifier out of the bottom of a 5-gallon bucket, and then taking 2 wood handles and putting some screws here on the side, and then just putting a little round taper, you know, with a saber saw or jigsaw to get it to where to seed. And the whole point of it is, in case you didn't watch that video, so that you can do this, make the classifier act like a shaker table. It's a lot quicker. I needed to make this because this is my little pan, the one I use for, you know, sampling, and I brought it out here today. But if this produces anything, I'm going to bring my bigger Mine Lab with that nice stainless steel classifier. It'll rip through the material. So anyways, enough about that. Let's kind of fill these up and get some water in them anyways. So this place is, over the years, not recently though, but you know, in the past I should say, this was produced a fair amount of placer gold, and a guy could still get some out of this creek piddling around. You know, you ain't gonna get rich unless you get that Johnny Potato nugget. That thing was, what was that, 7 ounces or something like that he found here in South Dakota on Potato Creek, and I believe he got like $250 for it. God. And they said it was it was shaped like a leg, is what they said, something like that. But yeah, could you imagine that? A 7+ ounce nugget? That ain't a damn nugget, that's a hammer. So, okay, well, wish me luck. This is the first time I'm using this classifier. See that? Look how clean that is. See how easy that was? Even this little thing does a good job. As long as you can get that agitation going on it, you know, that's the main thing. So here we go. Water's definitely deep enough. Haven't seen any color yet. Okay, fellas, I'm gonna continue on, and if I get some color, we'll turn the camera back on. See you in a little bit. Well, folks, I didn't get any color out of those 2 buckets, so I decided to move on. And wouldn't you know it, right opposite where I was panning I saw this old stump, and if you look in here, you got layers of gravel here. Okay, and this looks like this is kind of packed pretty hard and tight, so that's probably been there a while. And what I'm going to do is dig this out and then bring it over to the creek over there, 5 paces and you're there, and see if we can't find any color in this. There's a piece of quartz right there, and it's a little bit buggy back here on this side. Looks like it's got some dark sulfides in there. So yeah, so let's dig this out and see if we can get any color out of here. No, it's not that bad. Timber. Yeah, look at it. Look at this. And it's packed hard. That's good and hard. All right. Okay. I'll get my trusty hammer. Well, it ain't that trusty. I mean, I just got that gone thing, but I know I've had S-Wing regular hammers, you know, framing hammers, and they're good hammers, man. All right, well, let's get this in here. This is going to be easy compared to that other one. Yeah, this stuff is, oh yeah. Oh, heck yeah. Yeah, a lot of gravel. Huh. Yeah, like I say, it's just behind me there where I was working, and then after I finished that 2 buckets, I took a little break and had a candy bar and some water and an apple, and decided, you know, maybe move, and I saw this. Look how quick that was. That's full. Heck yeah. Grab another one. Yeah, look at this. It's definitely packed pretty good. Okay, well, I think that's going to do it. Yeah. Okay, that's 2 buckets. All right, we'll see you over in the creek. This looks a little bit better. That other one, it seemed like it had a lot of organic matter in it, you know, and that ain't a real good sign, but this one looks like mostly gravel. I'm gonna, you know, classify it and pan it out. If color starts coming into the picture, then I'll turn the camera back on. Hopefully we'll see you in a bit. Well, folks, I struck out on that other deal, and so I come up creek here a bit. Now this is where I found gold before in that video here on Dakota's Prospect, and I believe the title is Sticky Gold. And this is the same hole here that I've always had good luck with. And daggone it, I want to go home with some gold, even if it's just a flake or 2, you know what I'm saying? So let's jump into it. Kissing this water here. I'm going to just go with 1 bucket, fellas, and hopefully we'll get some color, even if it's a little something. Oh yeah, that's this one, yeah.
We're almost there.
All right, you know what? I'm calling it right there. So, bring that over here, classify it out, and let's see what we get.
Well, let's get to it. Hopefully, it's going to be a little dicey here because it's got a hole.
There we go. That's what I got. And let's see what we get out of this. Oh, honey hole, don't let me down. It kind of reminds me of, again, talk about that Forrest Gump, you know, when Forrest says that Bubba had showed him everything there was to know about shrimping, but one thing he learned was that shrimping is tough. That's about what this is. There are days like this that, you know, you go through a bunch of material and, you know, you're not showing any color, man. I think I see a little bit of gold. Yeah! All right. Yeah. Right on the back end. There it is. All right. We're going home with gold. All right. All right. God, I hate leaving it like that. It's kind of like Jinx. Yeah, that's gold. She's sticking. She's sticking to the rear of the pan. Oh, yeah. Love it. All right. Yeah, man. Let me just tap this one out, see if there's any more in this stuff here. Yeah, but it's there, baby. She's there. It's just a little old speck. You know, it ain't micro, but it's just a little old speck. But I mean, at least it's something back on it. Hell, I think there's 3 little pieces there. Yeah. Plus that bird shot. There's 3 pieces in the bird shot. Now that's not bad, huh, fellas? Just first pan out. Alright, fellas, that'll do it for this little adventure. And I expect there'll be more in the bucket, but as long as I got this here, I broke that Jinx thing or whatever, you know, going home with gold. I hope you enjoyed this time out here. I'm happy to share it with y'all. And for the next video that'll come along, the next adventure, subscribe if you haven't already. And to my subscribers, hey, thanks a lot, fellas. I appreciate it. And I got to figure out how I'm going to get this gold out of here without a snuffer bottle. See y'all later.